taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what he do's, LB, Shuttleworth the guy, you know what I'm saying? Lauderdale boss, RainGangRadio.com in the building. Yes, sir, GOAT artist.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Ring gang in the house for always, forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yeah, as always, it's your boy Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger, preparing for liftoff destination Ring Gang Radio. Let's get it, man. Let's get this doctor thing going.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pilot stays elevating above the clouds and shit. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my boy, King P, Bodega P. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight. He was a little under the weather, and I can relate too because now I'm shaking off kind of a stomach bug or whatever. So, I can relate, man. So, shout out to him and also the rest of the crew as well. But yeah, man, this past weekend, we weren't really expecting anything to really pop off like it popped off. You know what I'm saying? Because the only boxing card was from Matchroom, from Eddie Hearn, Fast Eddie as we all call him, with
Rematch room.
With Leigh Wood defending his regular WBA featherweight title against Michael Conlan. And now, like I said, usually with one card weekends, and especially with that card, we weren't expecting too much to pop off, and then the undercard wasn't really, on paper, wasn't really hitting like that.
We were just looking forward to one good fight, because it was going to be a good fight. We knew Conlan Wood was going to be good, but we were just thinking about it as one good fight in a late afternoon on a card that's not too heavily stacked. Well,
right.
Not stacked at all, really.
It really wasn't.
And overall it was pretty decent, and then you got a good ass, a great main event. So
yeah, absolutely. Like you basically, we got a fight of the year candidate out of that one, and probably the leading fight of the year candidate, for this year.
Yeah,
everything you wanted.
Yeah, I feel like that.
You had multiple knockdowns from each guy, and you had a brutal knockdown. You had ebb and flow. You had clean punches. You had a little roughness. You had competitive, but it never got too rough and ugly.
Right.
And you felt like both guys were on like a similar level. That's what kind of, for me at least, made it compelling because both guys.
That's a very good point, Pilot. Yeah, neither one were above each other. Well, I think Conlan was the
more
favorite.
skilled. Yeah, he was a slight favorite, probably the more talented, perhaps more skilled, maybe more skilled. Definitely, as far as the talent meter, Conlan was higher in that area.
Right.
But had everything, the makings for a good fight. I told y'all it was the UK version of Stevenson and of Valdez.
Word. Henny Guard, man. I see you logged in, man. Salute to you. We see you there. I think you just came on, man.
They do salute. Henny Guard.
Hopefully we'll see some more of our regulars. But yeah, man, when we talked about it, we previewed it, I think LB was the one who actually called for the KO. I called for Wood to win, but by decision. And, and whether we got a decision or not, it was, he could have. It would be close. I think, and then P and Pilot both called for, you guys picked Conlan, right?
I picked Wood. By decision. I ain't gonna lie, by decision.
Yeah, so somebody picked Conlan.
I know somebody.
Didn't one of y'all pick Conlan? I picked Wood for sure.
Nigga, you know damn well I ain't picked no fucking Conlan.
I know you did. I think P might pick Conlan.
I've been picking Leigh Wood since last year. When the fight was announced last year, I said Leigh Wood by brutal KO, by knockout. I've been saying this since last year.
No cap. No, he really has been saying that. He said it. He's really repeated it. Leigh Wood by
I've been
brutal
stating
KO.
Brutal KO this whole time. Last year, I said Leigh Wood by KO over Zucan, and he was really an underdog then.
Right, yeah, because Zucan, as we talked about before, Zucan is an elite volume puncher. But then of course, when you're out of the ring for that long as he has, that was kind of dimmed. And Wood understood the assignment though. He made sure he got off his punches, and they were hurting Zucan.
And just outbox him. Like honestly, to me, he put on the best boxing complete performance last year. Like as far as when you look at all the circumstances, underdog, going against a reigning champion, no vacant belt nonsense, nothing,
right?
No shit like that. He outboxed a guy. He took his best shots, but never got hit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Landed every single punch, combinations, and he got the stoppage at the end. To me, that's a complete performance.
It was and it looked like it looked like it was actually gonna go a distance, but dude, like he didn't even care. Like if it was 20 seconds left, like dude, once he put him down there, Zucan lost all type of defense and was just getting lit up. The referee was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna let you. Like, fuck the distance. Like, we gotta stop this shit."
Leigh Wood throws punishing punches. There's a difference. See, now I know I put out a tweet that the whole Ben Davison camp need to learn how to avoid the straight left, because we done saw like in a couple weeks ago with Catterall and Josh Taylor, he could not avoid the fucking straight left.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting, and honestly, I think he was more affected by them shits than Leigh Wood was. And although Leigh Wood, that shit was catching Leigh Wood.
The overhand left, bro. The overhand left was landing early though. Early it was landing a lot.
Nah, it landed the whole fucking fight.
The whole fight, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Honestly, and like I said, Conlan is not known as a puncher. He's like a 50% puncher. But the one thing that I did not expect was in the end of the first round, Conlan like floored dude. It wasn't like a flash. Like dude dropped him. Like
that was a hard
on the first round. They're talking about the first round. Yeah, that one looked like that was a night over.
I thought that shit was. Yeah, I thought Conlan done scored a 1-punch KO. Like I thought that shit.
I ain't gonna lie, my heart sank when that shit happened. No cap. Like I was like, I won't be able to talk shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but Leigh Wood popped up, but you could clearly see that dude. If it wasn't for the belt, dude would have gotten stopped in that round. Like dude was
facts.
Yeah, he was stumbling forward. Like his eyes were clear. I think he definitely suffered a concussion with that shot, and he had to fight through it because I was like, credit to Ben Davison, like because he had to really wake him up in the court for that minute. Like he looked like he was gone. It continued in the second round too. Like. Conlan shots were buckling like wood. Like I'm thinking to myself, God damn, Conlan found, ate his Wheaties today. Shit, nigga, damn. Like he's lighting this dude up. And he doesn't really do that.
But Wood was still touching this man. Like Wood did not go around without putting hands on dude. And whenever he had Conlan on the ropes, he would whip his shots and throw real hard punches, like throwing his body into him, like you could tell, and those punches, they stick with you through a whole fight. That's why he's able to get those late round stoppages, right?
But also too, the Conlan's body punching was also because Conlan was lining up well, like they both knew what they had to do, they were alternating between lining each other up to the body and punches to the head, like Wood and dudes.
It was a true back and forth fight, man.
Yeah, like Wood would be effective when he held him on the ropes, and like Conlan would either hold the earmuffs or hold,
Conlan was holding a little too much for my taste, and it was. I seen the strategy he was kind of doing earlier, like it seemed like he was trying to do the whole Shane Margarito strategy to, lead, land your leads, and then. Right. Clinch and walk him back, and then trying to go to the body.
And it wasn't a bad strategy because, like I said, Wood was getting hands putting him on some of those rounds. Like it was like Conlan. I think Conlan was emboldened by what he did in the first round, and I think that planted the seeds to eventually what happened to him.
you got to be strong to pull out a Shane Mosley strategy. Like Shane is physically strong and durable and tough. Like,
you guys think Conlan was winning the fight, or was Wood? It was pretty close.
I thought Wood was turning the tide late. I felt like he was coming back to where you could have it even or
7-5 either way, pretty much.
Yeah,
I'd say after the 6th or 7th round, it was starting to turn in favor for Wood.
For Wood, yeah, and Wood probably got like that third or couple rounds early, not the first round. Well,
yeah, no,
definitely the first 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, because
I don't think Wood started getting into the fight. I think until like maybe the 4th or 5th.
Yeah,
and that's, I'm not even saying he won those rounds, but he did start. Because he never was out of the fight. But as far as like he's making it, like he's here now, like the knockdown done wore off,
right?
And he's adjusting to the punishment a little bit better. Because this thing, he was still throwing hard shots after being almost knocked out and absorbing some hellacious body shots from Conlan.
Like, yeah, he was. Like, I mean,
Conlan could hit hard. The thing is with Conlan, he kind of takes his foot off the gas sometime in fights, so he don't get those stoppages after he kind of outboxes guys.
But this time, he actually was putting foot on the gas. But the problem was, he got tired from throwing those hard shots.
I had a feeling he was gonna gas. Like I think I said it somewhere, but I was like, he might get gassed out.
I knew he was gonna gas. He gassed
after that 3rd round.
Gassed in the Henny fight.
He didn't gas completely because he was still hanging. He was still active after a while. But obviously, the quality of the punches and the power took a dive.
Right. Yeah, and then like I said, that's where all the body punches from Wood started to add up. But still, Conlan though, like they were still like they were whipping hooks into each other, like to the body and head, that's like they weren't fucking around.
Avoiding shots too. It's not like Conlan just ate everything. Like Conlan was still making Wood miss. It's just Wood was on some like, look, I'ma just throw these 5 or 6 punches right now, real hard, and if you're right here, you might get hit with them.
Yeah. Basically, Wood is like, I must break you. That type of shit.
Yeah. No matter how many times he kept getting hit with that fucking left, he kept it about business, man.
Yeah, and then the 11th round, like when it was done, where I was like, he needs at least to knock down the tiny shit up. Where he caught dude with a left hook, and I know, and dropped him. Like Conlan saying he slipped up, but
that was a clean drop. That looked like a drop to me.
It was clean.
It was clean, because Wood hit him too solidly.
Yeah, right in the button too. Yeah, that was a clean.
It was a punch in a rough situation, so it didn't look super obvious clean like Conlan's knockdown, where
but it was clean. Yeah,
a blind nigga could see that shit, but in real time it was clean enough, and I'm glad the ref didn't fuck it up, and he called. Like, thank you. Shout out to the ref.
The ref did a good job. Yeah, the ref did a good job. Yeah, he did a good job.
To hold off on this nigga, on Conlan's holding and shit like that, making like
he gave warnings, and compared to Catterall, Taylor ref, he was the MVP.
It was like night and day, because it's like, the thing is, he knew there was getting chippy in there, but he didn't get chippy with him.
Right.
Like, kind of like whereas the Josh Taylor ref and Catterall, like, the fight was rough, and it's like the refs he made it no better because he was rough. Like, you gotta have like the same energy meeting the situation sometimes.
Right.
Especially if you're trying to neutralize it or control it, you can't. Like, what they say in martial arts, like, you can't have like hard strike hard gotta strike soft, like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this was a big fight for 126, because I've been feeling like 126 is kind of a mid division, but with the lower shit in this, it seems like it might be picking back up for me at least.
Yeah. 126 is definitely picking back up, for sure. Like, because now I think the upsets and now like the interesting fights are now being made. And going into the 12th round, let's say the knockdown be damned. Conlan was affected by that shot. Like, he was done, but he still. Because they told Conlan that he needed to win this round, and Wood knew he needed to probably win this round, like because it was close on the cards, like 112.
You couldn't just sit back and box that round. Neither guy could. You had to go. Like all the people's like, well, Conlan, he needed to box more. Like, look, man, that fight was too close to. If you was gonna box, you would have to be the most aggressive, 80 punches, Amir Khan around type of.
Right.
But you throwing 40 jabs that round off rip, like like you gotta look like Paul Williams did in the 12th. In the 12th with Margarito.
Yeah, you gotta throw everything with the fucking
But he boxed though. That's the thing. Like Paul Williams boxed though. People forget the fight with Margarito was competitive.
It was
kind of close. It was competitive. Like, and Paul Williams separated himself that last round. He got out of the trenches. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna use my length and fucking box." And that was like one of the most decisive rounds he won in that fight.
Right. And it was a title winning round.
Title winning round. Yeah, you had the fucking the two most avoided people fight each other.
Exactly.
Does that even happen now?
Shit, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Shit.
Nah, we can't. But yeah, this was an excellent fight, man. Like it really made the day, honestly.
Right. Yeah. In the last round, man. There was the fight couldn't have wrapped up in a better way. Like they were trading hooks, and then Conlan, as is his habit, went to the ropes again. But this time, dude's health meter was at 0. So as he was, and I know most people complain like, "Well, where's the knockout shot?" He just collapsed. No, the knockout shot happened because the main camera obscured it. But when Conlan ducked his head, he ducked his head right into a short right hand to the temple,
right to the temple. Yeah,
got clipped.
Yeah, he got clipped, and that's why his arms went limp. And then of course the follow-up flurries sent him out of the ring and out.
It was kind of a short shot, sort of similar to the Lubin Charlo, knockout kind of.
Yeah,
somewhat.
And it's worse when. And the thing is, you got to remember when your health meter's in the red, and you're getting hit in a temple shot that you didn't see, so you can't even brace for it. And trust me, whether you brace for a temple shot or not, it's still gonna hurt. You're still gonna feel it.
Right, and your body, and if you've been taking punishment for as long as they were, your body will just shut down, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
exactly.
Especially that fight, because that fight there was no rest periods. You know what I'm saying? That whole shit was nonstop.
Yeah, and that was scary too, because Conlan was out for like 20 minutes. People aren't knocked out for that long like that. So Conlan was done.
And the way his feet was up in the air, like it looked like he was dropped from a building. Like his feet was like vertical.
Yeah,
like you could see his soles. That shit was just crazy. Like it was some Geese Howard shit, man.
He got soul clapped, and it was just and luckily his father and his brother, I think, kind of broke his fall a little bit. But the referee saw that shit down there and was like, he saw this nigga being out like that. He was done. He was out. He was out of there.
Yeah, nothing you could do. And the thing is, it took a while. Conlan came to, and sounds like they had a couple back and forth tweets where they're giving each other props, and this is what you want in boxing sometimes. Like,
right,
you just want a good fight with no frills, no bullshit,
and just love after.
Yeah, it's love after. When it was a big fight that I mean, maybe it's not a big fight in the whole grand scheme of things, but I fucking look forward to it, and I'm glad we got it, and it came out just how I wanted it. So
right, it came out Wood by brutal KO.
Yeah, and so it's like when you see that, it's like damn, like. I don't know, man. I be getting them feel good wins. The UK be having me getting them feel good wins, man. Like you be like, yes, this shit was good. Like I'm glad it was just a one card, so it really soaked in. Like,
right.
It's not like a buffet when you eating a whole bunch of good shit and you could just remember little bits of parts of it. Like, man, that one part of the rib, or yeah, them egg rolls was busting, but nah, you go to a real place and it's like, well, we only specialize in this, and you eat it and you're like, damn, this was good.
Word.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Leigh versus Wood.
That was fight of the year, shit, and knockout of the year, probably.
Oh yeah, knockout of the year too.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Damn near comeback of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because like I said, because I mean, the official cards were Conlan was up on all three cards. Two of them by one, the other one by three. So I mean,
yeah, the other one by 3. That nigga lost his fucking mind.
yeah,
Like, there's no way Conlan was winning that big. Like there was a stretch in the late rounds where Wood won like maybe 3 or 4 rounds in a row.
right.
Like he already legit came back by then.
Yeah, so like in order for it, but with those scores, in order for Wood to win, Wood would have to have scored another if it went to this, had to score another knockdown to edge it. Else it would have just probably been a draw, or Conlan could have pulled it out. You know, it was that close.
Yeah.
You know,
Imagine that, and he's in his hometown.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It don't even matter where you fight now.
Yeah, that Nottingham crowd went crazy, and then Leigh Wood's up there like, oh, calm down, like the Conlan's been like seriously hurt, so it's like that was class right there, just because he
Class act.
because he even knew that was a brutal knockout.
Yeah, that was class. That was class personified. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
You telling people to calm down after you done Geese Howard or the nigga?
yeah, I'm saying,
Dude, like, that's almost the most impossible shit to do.
Well, I mean, after he knocked him out, he jumped. I think him and one thing we got to mention is Ben Davidson's getting a little. I don't know. Some of his fighters getting a little. I don't know. with Big Ben. But anyways, no. But I think he embraced Ben Davison early. Right when it happened. That's human nature, right? But then after that, he told everybody.
yeah, that once they realized that Michael Conlan hadn't woken up yet, like they had to calm all that shit down.
You know what? Geese is still falling, Terry. Oh, hold on. Wrong reference. Hold on. Come on, Andy. Let's go. Get Joe Higashi. Nah, but the only other thing I mentioned about the card, that was probably the best I've seen Terry Harper look ever in her fight at lightweight.
That was a good fight.
I think she got over the whole knockout loss to Baumgartner and everything like that. Even though
I think the move helped her too. Like,
she went up, right?
Yeah, she went up in weight. Like, because this the fastest I've seen her, like, and fluid. Like, almost feel like she was draining herself for a long time.
Right.
Yeah. And one thing in regard to Wood, real quick. I guess it's going to be LSE versus Wood next.
Yes, because in the WBA is trying to get after, of course, that horrible situation with Fox and Maestre, had been actually doing significant work into consolidating all their stupid belts into one. So and then unfortunately LSC has not given up his version of the 126 belt. He's the super champion, even though he hadn't defended the belt in 3 years.
Yeah, that's wild. Speaking of Maestro, he got a draw last night, I think, on some club card.
Honestly, he just needs to probably lose at this point. But WBA was mandating LC can avoid this fight, and then Leigh would just be the new champion or whatever. But it's gonna be interesting to see if he's gonna take it.
Yeah, because LC's been fighting at 130. It seems like the past couple fights, anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he could go back down to 126. And if he does, Leigh Wood by brutal KO again.
Like we definitely did a quick poll last night, for who wins between Leigh Wood and Leo Santa Cruz, and Wood got the majority of the votes at 54.3% to 45.7.
Are you fucking kidding me, nigga? Like, yo, how many votes was that?
35.
That's a little decent.
That's kind of it's a close fight, though. It is a close fight.
Dude, what did you people watch? Are you seriously telling me that there's motherfuckers that's thinking Leo Santa Cruz is gonna be Leigh Wood right now?
No, it's the other way around, son. Wood had the majority of the votes.
Yeah,
but he's still shocked. He's still shocked.
Nigga, it shouldn't be no fucking 50 to fucking 40%.
It's a close fight, though. I can see what some people think.
Get the fuck out of here.
You don't think it's a close fight?
I mean,
This nigga Leo Santa Cruz get hit way too much.
and he hasn't shown a lot of power at 126 either. That's another thing.
And I don't think he has the power to keep Lee Wood off of him. Fucking Conlan didn't, and he was throwing the damn fucking kitchen sink, the lawnmower, everything at his ass.
Yeah. But yeah, but like I said, I mean, Leo Santa Cruz right now isn't. I mean, obviously because I know Leo probably won a title, but yeah, I mean that's gonna be the next fight. I mean, it would be interesting to see if LSC does take the fight. I mean, it would be a great fight. I mean, she will definitely be fight of the year on paper, no doubt about that. But if not, then if he doesn't take it, he gives it up, and Lee Wood becomes the actual champion. Then he looks forward to unifications. I know one name that they keep throwing out there, and this is probably the one name he should probably avoid now is Navarrete. Like Navarrete, he should avoid him.
Fuck that. If there's one person that could damn go at Navarrete is Lee Wood.
Nah, Navarrete, he's probably the only featherweight champion that I'm sure Navarrete will probably put his foot in his ass. Like, Navarrete, because once he gets going, like Wood. I mean, because Navarrete has power. That's the thing. Navarrete has power on top of
of course.
And then
Navarrete would be the favorite. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying it'll be a great fight, and Wood probably has the best chance of anybody since ever now.
Yeah. You think Laura got a chance?
Yeah, and then there's Mauricio Laura, and then Laura
got a chance, but he get hit way too fucking
He gets
much.
hit, Navarrete like brilliant.
And he gasses too, but then he has a mean second wind though when he does get going.
I don't think Laura Conlan will be. Laura
I think
will be a good fight.
There's also going to be I think with Ray Vargas versus Meg Sal got announced for the belt too.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, and then of course we got Warrington Martinez 2, which will probably preview I think next week or so. Warrington should. Warrington we would probably be if Warrington regains the belt. Personally, he shouldn't be fighting that fight, but I'll save my thoughts on that for we actually talk about that. But God forbid if Kike Martinez actually scores another one of the miracle victories again.
They gonna make Kiko Martinez a Hall of Famer just off these miracle comeback fights.
Yeah, because like I said, because if Kiko gets this, and then Eddie will be like, okay, we're gonna make this fight with Lee Wood, because it's sad to say this, but Kiko Martinez is probably the most vulnerable of the featherweight champions right now. Very vulnerable. So, featherweight is definitely alive and kicking, and then, like I said, it was good that at least after some time, featherweight got a legit fight of the year candidate on the ledger right there.
And sometimes you just need a couple fighters to just start injecting some new life into the division.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. Even like the Laura fight was one of the best fights last week or 2 weeks ago? The Munguia.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need some fade bringers just to throw some hands and score brutal knockouts like Laura did. Scored a ridiculously brutal knockout. On
the TikTok.
Yeah, on the TikTok. I was definitely because I definitely caught a boxing high after that. I was like, God damn, like this shit was. I rewatched that shit too. After a little bit too, I was like, that it earned its fight of the year. Like that shit was, that shit lived up to its reputation and then some. Like there was no capping going on. Like those two brawled.
Yeah, I told I had tweeted that it reminded me of Katsitas and Casamayor.
Yeah, and that was a classic fight.
Yeah, it's a classic fight, same type of back and forth fight, ebb and flow. Mm-hmm. And then someone else gets Geese Howarded out the ring. Yeah,
Casamayor. But at least Casamayor actually got back in the ring.
Yeah, there's Fatal Fury too, dude.
Come on. Word.
The way Fatal Fury special was first.
That was like I said, it was a fight that restored the feelings, and like I said, on a weekend that we weren't really expecting all that much, Never mind, boxing probably need that little shot in the arm of just two guys just just putting everything on the line, just going at it, like brutalizing each other for 12 rounds.
Hell yeah, I enjoyed it. So enough about that fight, because a good fight, you could talk about a great fight all fucking day, like
for sure.
Like if that was it, then we wouldn't even end. We just keep talking about good fights. So you think we gonna get